In a fire station in Livermore, California, there is a centennial light, a light bulb that has been shining continuously since 1901. It was manufactured by Shelby Electric Company and, over time, became a symbol of the incredible durability of early technology. Scientists suspect the secret to its longevity lies in its thicker tungsten filament, allowing the bulb to operate at lower temperatures. Modern bulbs, designed with shorter lifespans in mind, cannot match its endurance. The Livermore bulb has been glowing for over 120 years, making it a world record holder. Cumulus clouds, those white, fluffy clouds often associated with a pleasant summer sky, may seem light and delicate. However, they are surprisingly heavy. A typical cumulus cloud can weigh around 500,000 kilograms, equivalent to the mass of 100 adult elephants. This is because clouds are made up of microscopic water droplets that gather on dust particles or other pollutants floating in the atmosphere. While each droplet is tiny, their enormous number results in a substantial mass for the cloud. Glaciers and polar ice caps play a key role in the global water ecosystem. They are the largest reservoirs of fresh water on our planet, storing about 75% of its total supply. Most of these glaciers are located in Antarctica and Greenland. If all the glaciers in the world were to melt, sea levels would rise by approximately 70 meters, dramatically reshaping the Earth's landscape. Glaciers are also indicators of climate change. Their melting is one of the major effects of global warming. Contrary to the popular myth, lightning can strike the same spot multiple times. A great example is the Eiffel Tower in Paris, which, due to its height and metal structure, attracts lightning about 10 times a year. Similarly, tall buildings and structures like skyscrapers, the CN Tower in Toronto, or the Empire State Building in New York are regularly struck by lightning. This phenomenon occurs because lightning follows the shortest path between a cloud and the ground, and tall objects increase the likelihood of a strike. In 2019, scientists from Tel Aviv University discovered that certain plants emit high-frequency sounds when stressed, such as during drought or when damaged. These sounds, though inaudible to humans, can be detected using specialized microphones. Plants like tomatoes and tobacco produce clicking sounds at frequencies between 20 to 100 kilohertz. Researchers believe these signals may be a way for plants to communicate with their environment or other organisms. This discovery opens new avenues for studying plant awareness and their responses to the environment. According to research published in 2014, some of the water on our planet may have formed before the sun was born. Scientists believe water molecules formed in a cold cloud of gas and dust that predated the solar system. As this cloud collapsed to form the sun and planets, water already existed in the form of ice on dust particles. This means the water we drink today could be over 4.6 billion years old. This fascinating finding suggests that water on other planets and other star systems may also come from such early stages of cosmic formation. In 1960, Swiss oceanographer Jacques Picard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh made history by descending to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth, about 11 kilometers below the surface, aboard the Bathyscaphe Trieste. This exploration was a major scientific and technological achievement. The Mariana Trench floor remains one of the least explored regions of our planet, although a few other missions have since been conducted, such as the one by filmmaker James Cameron in 2012. Jupiter, the fifth planet from the Sun, is the largest in our solar system. It is a gas giant, meaning it doesn't have a hard, rocky surface like Earth. Jupiter is mainly composed of hydrogen and helium, and as you go deeper into the planet, the pressure increases, turning gas into liquid. While there may be a small rocky core at its center, it is not comparable to the solid surfaces we are familiar with. Jupiter's characteristic bands and its great red spot are storm clouds that move around the planet at hundreds of kilometers per hour. Studies show that wasps, like other social insects such as bees, have a surprising ability to learn from experience. Experiments revealed that wasps can remember which flowers provided them with nectar, helping them avoid wasting energy on useless sources. Additionally, wasps can recognize the faces of other wasps and differentiate between familiar and unfamiliar individuals, demonstrating their capacity to process complex information and learn from their surroundings. The Great Barrier Reef, located off the coast of Australia, is the largest coral reef system in the world, consisting of over 2,900 individual reefs. Stretching for about 2,300 kilometers, it is the only natural structure visible from space. The reef is home to thousands of species of fish, corals, mollusks, and other marine organisms, making it one of the most diverse ecosystems on Earth. The Great Barrier Reef is also crucial to Australia's economy, attracting millions of tourists annually. Unfortunately, climate change, pollution, and coral bleaching threaten its future. In the 1950s, before the harmful effects of smoking were widely known, cigarettes were often advertised as health products. Some advertising campaigns promoted smoking as a way to reduce stress, improve mood, and even lose weight. Doctors were featured in ads to earn consumers' trust. Slogans like, "Doctors prefer brand XYZ" were common, and some cigarette brands claimed that smoking could relieve throat problems. It wasn't until the late 1950s and 1960s that scientific evidence linking smoking to lung cancer started to change public perception. Sound is a mechanical wave that needs a medium, like air, water, or solid objects, to travel through. In a vacuum, where there are no molecules to carry vibrations, sound cannot propagate. That's why space battles in science fiction movies would actually be silent, as outer space is a vacuum. The only way to communicate audibly in such conditions would be through technology like radio waves, which can travel in a vacuum. The third eyelid, also known as the nictitating membrane, is a thin, translucent membrane that protects a cat's eyes. It serves several functions, moisturizing the eye, clearing away debris, and providing protection from injury. The third eyelid becomes more visible when a cat is ill or weakened, which can signal to the owner that the animal should be taken to the vet. This membrane is also present in many other animals, such as birds, dogs, and some marine mammals. The human circulatory system is incredibly vast. If you were to combine all the blood vessels in an adult's body, from the smallest capillaries to the largest arteries, their total length would be about 100,000 kilometers. That's enough to wrap around the Earth twice. Blood vessels play a crucial role in transporting oxygen and nutrients to all tissues of the body and in removing carbon dioxide and waste products. This system is a complex network that works nonstop to keep the body alive. Moonbows, or lunar rainbows, are much rarer than daytime rainbows. They occur when moonlight is reflected off rain droplets, just as sunlight creates regular rainbows. To see a moonbow, the moon must be low in the sky, preferably full, and the night must be relatively dark. Because moonlight is much dimmer than sunlight, moonbows are usually fainter and harder to spot with the naked eye. Often, they appear as a white, hazy glow. The oldest known world map, called the Babylonian Map of the World, dates back to around 600 BC. It was inscribed on a clay tablet and depicts Mesopotamia as the central point, surrounded by rivers, mountains, and distant lands. The tablet, discovered in the 19th century, is now housed in the British Museum. However, the map was not an accurate geographical representation, like modern maps, but rather a symbolic depiction of the world known to the Babylonians. At its center is the Euphrates River and the city of Babylon, reflecting how Babylonians viewed their civilization as central to the world. During space travel, the lack of gravity causes astronauts' spines to expand, as the force that usually compresses the vertebrae is eliminated. As a result, the vertebrae in the spine slightly separate, which can lead to an increase in height by up to 5 centimeters. However, this is a temporary effect. After returning to Earth and experiencing gravity again, the spine returns to its normal length. This space growth can cause some discomfort, including back pain, which is one of the health challenges associated with long-term space missions. Research has shown that cows are social animals that can form strong bonds with other members of their herd. Scientists observed that cows who spend time together become friends and feel more relaxed in each other's company. When separated, they show signs of stress and anxiety, which affects their health and milk production. Studies conducted by researchers at the University of Northampton found that cows' heart rates increase when they are separated from their companions, highlighting the importance of social relationships for them. Cockroaches are known for their incredible resilience. They can survive without a head for a week or longer because they do not breathe through their nose, but through small openings in their bodies called spiracles. A cockroach's nervous system is also less dependent on the brain than in other animals, allowing it to function without a head, though it cannot eat or drink. Ultimately, it dies from dehydration or starvation. This survival ability is one reason cockroaches are considered among the most durable creatures on Earth. Clams, like some other mollusks and fish, can change their gender in response to environmental conditions or internal population needs. This process, known as hermaphroditism, allows them to adapt to situations where one gender may be in short supply. Some species of clams can change gender multiple times throughout their life, increasing their chances of successful reproduction. This phenomenon is key to ensuring survival in various ecosystems, especially in marine environments where the number of potential mates can be limited. Sleep and dreams are crucial aspects of human life. The average person spends about 1/3 of their life sleeping, which amounts to approximately 25 years over a lifetime. Of that time, around 6 years are spent dreaming, mostly during the REM, rapid eye movement, phase of sleep. Dreams are important for mental and emotional health as they allow the brain to process experiences, emotions, and memories from the day. Some research suggests that dreaming also aids problem-solving and creativity, making it an essential part of daily brain function. Though it may seem that salt has always been in the oceans, most of it comes from processes occurring on land. Salt enters the oceans primarily through the erosion of rocks containing minerals like sodium chloride, NaCl. Rainwater dissolves minerals in rocks, and rivers carry them to the seas and oceans. There, water evaporation concentrates the salt, making the oceans salty. Additionally, processes on the ocean floor release salt from the Earth's interior, but most of the salt in seawater comes from land. Oceans weren't always as salty as they are today. Their salinity has increased over millions of years. The unicorn, though a mythical creature, is the national symbol of Scotland. The history of this symbol dates back to the Middle Ages when unicorns were regarded as powerful creatures symbolizing purity, innocence, as well as bravery and strength. Scotland chose the unicorn as its national animal in the 15th century during the reign of King James I. In Scottish culture, the unicorn represents independence and steadfastness, which were significant during the country's fight for autonomy. Interestingly, the royal coat of arms of the United Kingdom features a unicorn next to a lion, representing England, symbolizing the union of the two kingdoms. Ushuaia, located on Tierra del Fuego in Argentina, is the southernmost city in the world. It lies on the shore of the Beagle Channel, surrounded by scenic mountains and rugged landscapes, attracting tourists from all over the world. Because of its location, Ushuaia is often referred to as the end of the world, Spanish El Fin del Mundo. Despite extreme weather conditions, the city has a well-developed infrastructure and serves as an important starting point for expeditions to Antarctica. It is also a tourist hub, offering travelers the opportunity to explore the wildlife of Patagonia and cruise along glaciers. In air, sound travels at a speed of about 343 meters per second due to the density and elasticity of the air. However, in water, its speed is much higher, around 1,482 meters per second. This is because water molecules are more tightly packed than air molecules, allowing sound energy to transfer faster. Interestingly, the speed of sound can vary depending on the temperature and salinity of the water. The warmer or salter the water, the faster sound travels. This phenomenon is used in sonar technology, where sound waves are used to study underwater spaces. Octopuses are among the most fascinating marine creatures. They have 3 hearts, each with a specific function. One heart pumps blood through the body, while the other 2 pump blood through the gills, where gas exchange occurs. Interestingly, while swimming, the heart that delivers blood to the body stops beating, making octopuses more prone to fatigue. Their blood contains hemocyanin, which gives it a bluish color and allows more efficient oxygen transport in low-temperature and low-oxygen environments, which is useful in deep-sea habitats. Surprisingly, seawater contains trace amounts of dissolved gold. Scientists estimate that the Earth's oceans contain about 20 million tons of gold in total. However, the amount is so dispersed that it cannot be effectively extracted. For instance, each liter of seawater contains only a few nanograms of gold. Over the years, researchers have attempted to develop methods for extracting this valuable metal from seawater, but none have proven economically viable. Nevertheless, the presence of gold in the oceans is a testament to the rich and diverse chemistry of seawater. Dinosaur fossils have been found on every continent, including Antarctica, which shows their global reach. This discovery was made possible by paleontological research in Antarctica, where in recent decades, dinosaur bones have been found, including herbivorous sauropods and carnivorous theropods. When dinosaurs roamed the Earth, Antarctica was not the cold and harsh continent it is today. It had a much warmer climate and was part of the supercontinent Gondwana, which fostered diverse life forms. These discoveries show that dinosaurs were capable of adapting to various climatic conditions. Today, glaciers cover about 10% of the Earth's surface, mainly in polar regions like Antarctica and Greenland, but also in mountainous areas like the Himalayas and the Alps. These ice masses are remnants of larger ice sheets that dominated during the ice ages when glaciers covered up to 32% of Earth's surface. Glaciers play a key role in regulating Earth's climate by reflecting sunlight back into space. They are also a reservoir of fresh water. Nearly 75% of the world's fresh water is stored in glaciers. However, due to global warming, glaciers are melting, contributing to rising sea levels. Crying in space is a completely different experience than on Earth. In microgravity, where there is no gravitational pull, tears don't flow down the face as they do on Earth. Instead, they form spherical droplets that float on the surface of the eyes. Astronauts who have experienced crying in space have described it as quite uncomfortable because the tears stay on the eyes and can cause irritation. Eventually, the tears may break free from the face and float around the cabin. This unusual behavior of fluids in space is just one of the many challenges astronauts face when living in a zero-gravity environment.